news. There have been some interesting developments with Facebook, which has updated its terms of use globally in an apparent response to proposed legislation in Australia. So the new terms will give it a broad reach to take down and remove content that individual users publish if Facebook feels it could bring future legal trouble. Here's the backstory. The legislation being proposed in Australia is called the News Media Bargaining Code, and it would require Facebook and Google to share revenue and advertising dollars generated off of news with local media outlets. They would also be required to provide media publishers with data in regards to revenue generated from their content and to notify them well in advance of any impending changes to their algorithms. Facebook, in turn, has said that revenue generated from shared news content is only a tiny fraction of their overall earnings and that they work with publishers to send links back to their sites, which they claim helps the media organizations generate revenue of their own. Facebook has said the new terms are not being enacted to moderate user content per se, but to directly combat the Australian proposal and make it so they can prevent users and publishers in Australia from sharing any local or international media content on their pages. As of now, the legislation is still being proposed, but it appears there is a big desire to pass it since the Australian Treasurer, John Frydenberg, told reporters that he was prepared for this fight against Google and Facebook. It's clear that whatever happens there could have far-reaching implications for not only users globally, but also news media organizations. So we'll be following it closely at digitaltrends.com. Continuing on, Samsung showcased part 2 of their Galaxy Unpacked event, with this one entirely focusing on the Galaxy Z Fold 2. So the Fold 2 is the follow-up to last year's Galaxy Fold, with the Z part of it being the product line name they've given to all of their devices with foldable screens. One of the big improvements over the original Fold is the cover screen. On the original one, it was pretty small and actually left a lot of people wondering what use it was beyond the maybe seeing the time and maybe some text information. The new screen goes from 4.6 inches to 6.2 inches, which makes it more functional as an actual phone when it's not folded out. Another key feature is the seamless integration between single cover screen and the folded out 7.6 inch screen. They showcased someone watching a YouTube video on the cover screen, then opening it up to the full fold and seeing the same video continue directly on the bigger one and vice versa. The interior screen utilizes dynamic AMOLED and has a 120 Hz refresh rate and is markedly different from the previous version in that the giant notch system for the camera has been replaced by a hole punch camera. The hinges themselves have been improved. It's got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 processor and 12 gigs of RAM. The price is steep. It's $2,000 for the standard version and an even more expensive Tom Brown design version available as well. Pre-orders start at midnight on September 2nd, and you can read all of the details of our hands-on coverage of the new phone at digitaltrends.com. Anticipation is building toward the hope that Apple will announce the date of their annual September event where they show off their new flagship phone products. But until that happens, there are plenty of rumors to go around. The latest one comes from Bloomberg, which states that Apple will be showing off 4 new iPhones and all of them will be 5G enabled if the rumor stands. The new phones are said to vary in size from 5.1 inches up to a 6.7 inch Pro version, and the panels on all of them will be OLED with improved color and clarity. The highest end may even have a LiDAR system that will be used for new augmented reality features that the company has been working on. Other products said to be debuting are a couple of redesigned or new iPads with narrower bezels and maybe a fingerprint scanner. There's also expected to be 2 new Apple Watches, with one being the successor to the Apple Watch Series 5 and the other being a lower cost competitor to things like the Fitbit. And you throw in the potential of a new HomePod device and maybe some over-the-ear headphones, and it should be a pretty fun event to watch whenever it is that they decide to announce it. Again, all these products are just rumors for now, but we've got a roundup of all of them at digitaltrends.com. We all expect our deliveries to be fast and most of the time technically free thanks to Amazon Prime, and Walmart wants in on the action with their launch of Walmart Plus. So the service will cost $12.95 a month or $98 a year and offer free delivery for any orders over $35 compared to Amazon Prime, which is now up to $119 a year but offers free delivery on pretty much everything. Walmart said this service will encompass up to 160,000 products, including fresh groceries, and they would be delivered directly from local stores. And they think that'll give them a leg up on Amazon, which relies a lot on warehouses and a smaller number of actual grocery stores. But the delivery speed itself is still a bit of a variable, with Walmart only saying that it could be as fast as same day. The service will also offer Scan and Go for members, in which they can go into a store, scan a QR code on products, and then pay via their Walmart Pay service. Members will also get 5 cents off of gas at their fuel stations. Because of how many Walmart stores there are in the US alone, though, it's predicted that up to 20 million people could sign up for the service within the first few months of the launch, which is set for September 15th. So another competitor to Amazon Prime. You can read more about it at digitaltrends.com.